Okay, my name's Paul. Tonight, Saturday night in New Zealand, we are making sauerkraut. So, what you want to do is you start off with a good cabbage, you know. You buy a big cabbage at the supermarket, and you want to take the outside leaves off. This is them here, and so just take those, put them aside. You know, you might be able to use them for something else. And really important here is you got to get the jug boiling, get some boiling hot water, and you want to sterilize all your equipment. So you want to sterilize this knife, your pot. Yeah, just sterilize everything. It's got to be completely sterilized. Otherwise you get the bacteria wrecking it. It's really important. It's the same with home brewing as well. So yeah, so what I'm doing here, I'm just like, I've shredded some cabbage, put it in there. So basically I'll show you what to do. Pretty easy. It's actually really easy to make. Well, I mean, I made it once and it worked first time and it was perfect. So yeah, you just get your cabbage and you just cut it nice and fine like that, like pretty much as fine as you can cut it. Just do that, and you get that, throw it in the pot, and there. Yep, and yeah, you just do that to the whole cabbage pretty much. You cut it into quarters first. It makes it easier to cut up. You just do that, biff that in. And then when it gets to there, you just go that way. Maybe it's easier like that. Just cut that up. Without chopping your finger off, of course. Yep, so we'll put that into the pots. Yeah, you basically put a whole cabbage in there. That's stage 1, so hang out for stage 2. Yeah, so I've cut up all the cabbage. There it is there. Nicely cut up. And I'm just making a traditional sauerkraut. I'm not going to flavour it or anything like that. It's just going to be absolutely rustic, traditional, and yeah, that's the way I like it. I don't like putting flavours in it. And so what you got to do, gotta get this off. So the cabbage head was a pretty big head of cabbage, so I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of sea salt. So this one, just sort of sprinkle it in there. And 2, close enough. You don't want to put any more than that because if it's salty, it's pretty hard to eat. So yeah, so you just get it in there. And I'll just get some to fill that with. Yeah, and just get that salt and just mix it all the way through it like that. Cabbage, and I reckon the best way to mix it is going to be just pouring that into there and just halving it up a bit. Yeah, and then just that way I can really get the salt into it, you know, do it properly. Yeah, so just really got to give it a good mixing. Anyway, that's it there. So yeah, so she's pretty well mixed. So that's looking good. You know, it's really easy. This is really easy. Get rid of that. Yeah. So what I've done here. This is probably the more primitive part of the exercise. I'm going to use this glass bottle here, and you just have to basically just crush it all down, try and get all the cabbage juice out of it without sort of, you know, mincing it up too much. Yeah, gotta crush all that down. With this, and you want the cabbage juice to come out of the cabbage, and that's what's gonna you just want it so it submerges the cabbage, and that's what it's gonna ferment in, what the cabbage is actually gonna ferment in. And you don't want to add any water to this, you just want it just to be cabbage juice. So yep, so I'll show you what that looks like once I've done that. Okay, so what I've done, you know, I got it squashed down and I've removed it from that pot, the big pot, and I've put it into this one, smaller, so I've compacted it into that. And I basically got this one here, and I'll just sterilise it again. Don't trust it, hang on a sec. Okay, so I've sterilised it, and basically, yeah, I just got that pot there and put it into there, and you know, it'll be a lot easier just to have a press where you can press the juice out of the pulp, but you know, this is the old school medieval way of doing it, I guess. Yeah, I just want to stand on it like that, and you can see the juice of the cabbage all coming out of there. That's what you want. So you just put some weight on it. Alright, so this is it. That's the two pots inside there. The bottom pot's got your cabbage, the top pot, it's just compressing it down so that the cabbage stays in the liquid of the cabbage. So I've basically just put it inside this shelf. You've got to put a cover on it, which is this. And, you know, good old baked bean tins. Put two of those inside the pot. And then you just I'll just put that one there on top, just to tension it, to push it down. Yeah, and you just got to leave that in there for 2 weeks to ferment. 2 weeks, and then you just take it out of that in 2 weeks time, and you put it into a glass jar with a lid, and you leave it for a further, say, 4 weeks. So in about 6 weeks it's pretty much ready to eat. So yeah, that's all you gotta do. It's basically just that's pretty much it. You just put it in a jar, and there's your sauerkraut. Yeah, and you just, as long as it's, you know, crunchy and it's got a good sort of tangy flavour, then it should be okay, and it hasn't turned pink or anything. It's like, it should be like a white colour.